Hi, Hugh Lopdell here from Oak Park Chartered Accountants with this month's special video for our hard-working pharmacies throughout the country. I'm going to cover some COVID-related business issues that you're facing or may face in the days ahead. From my chats with pharmacists the last 2 weeks, you've been flat out, right? Handling huge script volumes, double the norm at Christmas levels. And you're busy with that and also trying to keep your staff safe and reassured. Most of you have shortened your hours just to cope, and many are doing a lot more deliveries than normal, which means deferral of payment from customers on those deliveries. The early start and high demand of the flu vaccinations has just compounded how busy you are. The government, as most of you know now, has set aside the $15 million special funding for pharmacies. I do hope it's not long before you see your piece of that. Limiting scripts to 1 month has certainly helped ease some pressure and also ease pressure on the supply chain for wholesalers. By all accounts, you are not feeling well supported by the Ministry of Health, DHBs, the Pharmacy Council and the Guild, and I'm sorry to hear that. Suburban pharmacies seem to be stressed but fine. One I spoke to this morning, it's a very well-run pharmacy, is clearing a backlog of non-urgent scripts from a week ago. The faxes just haven't stopped, have they? So pharmacies like that, a bit like supermarkets, they're not likely to experience any cash flow difficulties. The situation, however, is not so rosy for city, urgent and mall pharmacies. The workers have left the cities and the malls, and doctors are faxing scripts from those areas to suburban pharmacies where people live. So it's redistributing the script load out of cities, urgent and malls to the suburbs. So one group's getting quiet, one group's particularly busy. Now, most of all of you are regulating your customers at the door, and unfortunately, of course, what that means is people aren't roaming around the shop, and your OTC sales have dropped, some by as much as 75% or even more. So between that drop in OTC sales and drops in script numbers for the city and malls, some pharmacies have been applying for the wage subsidy. So for those pharmacies, I want to quickly cover some of the things you need to know about qualifying for that subsidy. The key for you is you must show a 30% drop in turnover or a projected 30% drop. So it's not just your OTC sales. We know they're down more than 30%. It's your total dollar turnover. Your total sales for March will be up, won't it, compared to last March, even if you're down in the last week. So it's your projected sales for April, May, June that you need to show will be down by 30% or more. If we take an average pharmacy, your split of sales is 80% dispensary, 20% over the counter. That's the average. If you take that model and then say your OTC sales are down 75%, in order for your total sales to be down 30%, which qualifies you, your dispensary income needs to be down 20%. That's how the maths works. Work and income do not require you to send in your workings. It's not like some school exam. However, they do expect that you have done enough work to show that you qualify. If you compare your dispensing and till summaries, if you're on tonic, for the last week compared to the same week a year ago, that may give you a projection. If you're on lots, it's the statistics report, again, for the last week compared to the same week a year ago. Ideally, you should also go onto your LTC portal for case mix service fees and LTC service fees. And if you're projecting over the next 3 months, doing that exercise, you should get those figures for last year and then try and guesstimate what they'll be. Remember, in addition to your turnover being down 30%, you must also endeavour to pay your staff 80% of their normal pay, at least. Now, if you qualify for the wage subsidy, I strongly recommend you watch my other video where I go into quite a lot of detail about how to manage cash flow stress in the current COVID environment. It covers the ins and outs of the wage subsidy, rent, redundancies, the government-backed loan scheme, a mortgage deferral, business interruption policies and income protection policies and whether they will cover you. And of particular note, what to do about tax payments, 3 of which are coming up due in the next 5 weeks, and that's a big cash outflow. So the video is on YouTube and Facebook if you look under Oak Park Chartered Accountants. Now, in my next video, I will give some more advice as this situation progresses and it affects pharmacies. I'll advise accordingly. So now the easiest way to get these videos is to follow us on Facebook. All pharmacists through the country get emailed a link to these videos, and if you're not getting it, it's because you're unsubscribed or because we've got your email wrong. So if you want to get them, it's free help. You may as well. Just email me your email, and that way you can get them in the meantime. Right, I'm actually happy to answer your emails on any of this, even if you're not a client, okay? My email is going to show shortly. Look, all the best. You're doing a fantastic job, and the country appreciates it. That's all from me this time. Hugh Lopdell from Oak Park Chartered Accountants.